Still light out. Must not be live yet. Coming up soon. Couple of minutes. You just got to listen to my crap. I get a lot of questions on if you're taking the Series 6, this SIE, the 63, the 7, 66, 65, whatever you want to take, whatever you're taking, this channel will be the best resource for you to use. Now, the question I get all the time in these lives, and I'm trying to save some time so people don't have to hear the same thing over and over again. I love your questions, but this will help you. Is I'm taking the test tomorrow, next week, whatever. What do I do? I answer this all the time. Totally cool. We're good. But let's get into this a little bit. Now, if you're taking it tomorrow, get off. I love your views. Just get off. I don't need them that bad. I'd rather you get some sleep. Go watch my quick and dirty on the video on the quick and dirty, and go from there. Get some sleep. Get up. Take this thing like a bad bitch. Take it like a savage. Don't look back. Beat the crap out of it. You have the confidence to beat this thing. Okay. Now, if you're taking it after tomorrow, say you're taking it in 2 days, no testing tomorrow. If you really need to, and your boss makes you, then do short quizzes. Nothing big. Nothing that's going to rattle your brains. Just maybe shake the cobwebs off. Tomorrow should be if you're taking it, anytime after tomorrow, the day before should always be adding knowledge. Watch videos, read chapters you're weak on, do little tiny quizzes, but you should be adding knowledge and done right around dinner time. Maybe if you're taking in the afternoon, maybe a little later, but really tomorrow's not a tax your brain stuff. It's really add stuff, go over acronyms. I have videos that cover last minute stuff, all that stuff. And now let's say you're taking it beyond 2 days from now. You want to take a final every morning, or try to match it to the time you're taking it on the test, right? Take a final every day. And then anything you score, review it in detail, wrong and right answers. You got to learn from the right ones. Make sure you got them right for the right reason and wrong for the wrong reason. Could be dumb mistakes, right? Or just lack of knowledge. Go back and then review it. Anything under 75 or under 70, you want to reread or watch a video on, and rinse, repeat. Don't tax yourself too much. Don't go crazy. Look, I'm not a fan of more than one test a day, but some firms require 2 or 3 a day. You got to do what you got to do. Okay. It's not going to hurt you. Just remember the third test of the day will almost always be a lot worse than your first two. I mean, your second one will drop. Third one, I mean, after 400 questions, 500 questions, you can't be at the same place. So don't stress yourself over that. Just the last one, kind of mail it in. But most of the time is getting used to just reviewing everything. Also, start getting a good night's sleep right away. You want to get in the habit. You don't want to be up till midnight every night, and then 3 days before the test start changing your pattern. No, I do that. If I'm up at 3 o'clock one night and I sleep late the next day to like 8 or so, or 9, because I'm old, I don't sleep late. I screws, and then I'm up till 3 o'clock every night. And even if I try to go to bed early, I'm staring at the ceiling. I got to put an audiobook on, or I can't go to sleep. So start your pattern early. Now remember, the night before should be relaxing. Go out to dinner. Do whatever you have to do to relax. Whatever floats your boat. If it means being strapped up and whipped, I don't care. Whatever works for you works. Okay. Those are the two things. That's what the most common question I get is, what do I do if I'm taking the test? So hopefully this solves it so I can work on other stuff. Okay. Now, remember something. I'm here to help you. Ask questions on anything. I have a couple of things I have, right? So I have the Facebook groups, Series 65, 66 exam group, super supportive for those exams. Then I run, I'm a moderator on the one, but on this one, I run along with Michael Weiss, who's a great tutor, by the way, Series 7 exam tutor.com, and I'm series7exam.org. I just messed them up. I'm very expensive. He's about half the cost, but he's really good. If you go to the Facebook group, super supportive community, unbelievably supportive community. It's unbelievable. There's about almost 4,500, 5,000 people in there. A lot of supportive people. It's called FINRA Exam Prep with help from Capital Advantage Tutoring. The most supportive group they have. They have a chat room going. They start study groups, which are magic, all that stuff. Anyway, come on. You know what? Enough of this. Ken, let's get on. Hey, how are you doing? Well, welcome to Tuesday Night Special. Good evening, FINRA people. I don't even know where to go with that. Boom. Okay. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm kind of jacked up today. I did a good video on Epic. I was out in the middle of the port of Newark, trucks all around me doing a video, and only a couple people watching, but that's okay. Boom. Okay. Ryan. Okay. You got to know the whole thing. I'll get to you, Ryan, on that shit. That's a hard-ass test. Hold on. Boom. Jackie DA, baby. Jackie DA. Bubba. Jackson, how are you? Jackie, look at that. Done. You're done now? You have one left. What's left? I'm so happy for you. Okay. Jordan, it doesn't even have to be qualified people. Okay. Boom. I love that. And Rachel, I think, did you call me? I think I did. I tried to call back. Somebody, Rachel, called right before your email came in and told me you passed. So I think that was you. Boom. Rachel nailed the SIE. We got Jackie nailing it. Boom. Boom. Okay. Love that. Awesome. I am so happy for you guys. Love that. Okay. Let's get into this. I'm so happy for everyone. It's awesome. I love when seeing people see him pass. I love it. And I'm waiting. I don't know if Brian's going to come on or not, but Brian nailed the 66. Didn't even fucking need it. And he passed. Okay. LinkedIn. Okay. You're going to get us. We're going to beat you. We're going to beat it this time, right? Okay. We're going to beat it. Just focus on adding knowledge. Okay. Ryan, that's okay, my man. That's okay. Way to bring my hearts down, but you're going to nail it. So, first thing. Okay. First thing. Take a day off. Write everything. Write what you can down. Do that shit. Then take a day or two off. So what's today's Tuesday? Take off till like Thursday. So Wednesday, Thursday. Maybe start reading Friday and just start reading. That's all it is. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So just start focus on reading. Oh, I probably didn't even mute it. So you all got to hear me fucking cough. Okay. I was trying to hit the wrong button. So all you got to suffer through my coffee, my near-death experience. Okay. Just take a day or two off and then just read the book cover to cover. That's what you need to do, Ryan. Okay. Let's get back up here to the top. Okay. What's a wash sale? Boom. Okay. What is a wash sale? Do it right this time. I didn't do any questions yet. I'm only on the first question, John. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, Sergio. Okay, never mind. That's so stupid. Okay. Well, hold on. So, okay, now. So, a wash sale. So, what's a wash sale? A wash sale is when you sell stock for a loss, right? When you sell stock for a loss, let's do it. I finally did it right where I have the thing up front. So I don't have to come off the screen to get the Zoom working. So, in case you wonder what a wash sale was. Make sure it's showing. Good. Sometimes I do that and I talk and there's no screen. Now, make sure my mute's off. I've done that one too. Okay. Yeah, you can't predict for performance ever. That's always a no-no. Okay, so let's say you buy stock, doesn't matter when, at 50. And then come, like say, December 15th, you sell it at 38. So you lost $12. Now, if then on Jan 10th, because you're an idiot, you buy the stock back at, say, 40, okay? Whatever. You missed out. So now you buy it at 40. Now that's a wash sale because you bought it back within 30 days. You could have written the loss off in the previous year, but by doing this, you knocked it out. So this loss is no longer deductible. We're good with that. You can't deduct it. That's fine because you bought it back within 30 days. So what they do is then they go, okay, well, no, we're going to help you out a little bit. You're not paying 40. You paid $40, but according to the IRS, you paid 52. You can sell that stock anytime you want. Now, once you get beyond the 30 days, then eventually you can sell it. Okay, that's all they're doing is saying you can sell it, and then let's say you're going to sell it at, say, you end up selling the stock at, in like say in June, you sell it at 50. Okay, not June 50th. You sell it at 50. Here's what happens. Instead of having to pay taxes on $10, you can have a loss of $2, which is fine. You still made money on this, right? We have a write-off of $2. So you can sell it eventually, okay? You can absolutely sell it. It's just what happens is you can't take the loss now until you fully sell the stock. And then you'd have to stay out for 30 days, and then you can take the loss. That's the way it goes. So once you sell it, you have to stay out for at least whatever. Okay. 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 Discount bonds are quoted on yield to maturity. That's what basis means. Basis means yield to maturity. Okay. Okay. Again, Michael, stop. You're putting September 29th, Michael, on your today shit, okay? Stop. You're not going to do well at first. It's just a thing. It's not going to happen. Okay. 6 point, there's just rules. They just have rules, okay? So, because in reality, you're buying different shares. So I would say, again, just because they have a rule, that's probably why. Kind of like why they can do their own. That's why if you buy it, you get a long-term gain no matter what. Like if you get a long-term gain distribution. Hold on. 6 point, let me get to that. People don't know what I'm talking about. Now, don't worry about it, Michael. Relax. You're going to get there. You pass the first exam, you're going to get the other. I want to talk about this thing. I think if they let you go, that's not your problem. I think they're saying if you leave, okay, they can't fire you. They can't fire you for failing an exam and then getting fired. Yeah, well, absolutely. Okay. 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 Now, so I don't understand this. Okay. Micah, my preamble video, go back and watch the beginning of this live. That's why I do a whole 5-minute diatribe on what you're supposed to do leading up to the exams. That's what you do. And that's basically you're doing it. You're taking exams. Okay. No, it is. They're not doing that. That's crap. They can't do that. No fucking way. I've never heard it. Is anyone here from Edward Jones? Okay. Okay. By the way, I'm going to come back to the other one. I do think mutual funds are covered under the wash sale rule. If you can find something that says they aren't, I think they are. But whatever. John, no, it won't be on the. It will not be on the SIE. I mean, no. If they do, it's a random fucking thing that somehow fell through the glitch. You're not going to have to do PE ratio on. You never really have to do it. You have to understand what it is. Yeah, you might have to do it on the 7 or the 66, but most likely just want to know what it is. Okay. Okay, so the 24 is fun, right? Okay. It's probably the hardest test they give out. Okay. No, it's not. It's not. They're doing it so that here's the thing. I think they do it so if you leave on your own when they spent money on you, they can't do it. It doesn't matter. That's not enforceable. It's not. They can't fire you and then charge you 50 grand. Never happened. If anyone here from Edward Jones. Okay. 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 Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to get to you, Ryan, in a second. But there's another Ryan. Okay. Boom. Okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Boom. Boom. So fucking read the book. Get through the book one time, Ryan. Get through the book one quick time. Very quick. Congratulations on the SIE. Get through the 7. Get through the book one time and then take tests for the next 10 days. You got to read it as quick as possible. Maybe avoid the options. Maybe do my options videos instead. You got to don't take notes. Just read through the book. That's what you got to do. Thanks, son. Parker, that's awesome. Congrats. Any surprises on there, son? Okay. Boom. Okay, let me get back on this. Parker, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Okay, back to this. So the 24 is going to be about supervising. So it's going to have underwriting. It's going to have trading market. It's going to have supervision of the broker-dealer. It's going to have record retention. A lot of that stuff just on a deeper level. And the problem with the 24 is that a lot of the questions are much more thinking questions, meaning that you can do it, right? So you're going to see two. You're going to have an answer. You go, oh, I know what it is, right? But there's going to be 2 answers that are right. You have to pick the one that's most right. It's really hard, though. It's a hard test. It's doable. I mean, if I can fucking pass it. I mean, I don't know. I think I got a 91 or 90. I don't remember what I got on it. But if I can pass that thing, anyone can. Okay. They don't do a lot of free stuff. Brandon Rith on his. So, guys, don't forget, check out Brandon Rith over on Basic Wisdom. He has some good videos. Go check out Susie Rhodes at Past Masters and Brian Lee over at Test Geek. Those guys have a lot of free stuff on there. Okay. Julie, we're going to pass, right? We're not going to fail. We don't think that way. We're going to pass. Okay. They have some other free stuff in their community chats, but I mean, usually if you Google stuff, a lot of times if Achievable is answered, it shows up in there, which is great. So I think that works. I don't know if they have a lot more free stuff. A lot of stuff you have to pay for, but it's worth it. I'm telling you right now, they're freaking worth it. Okay. Again, Jackson, I'm so happy. Thank you. I'm sure you're doing well. I love it. Okay. And you have the 66, I think, right? Okay. Yeah, yes, Facebook, 100%. If you have the Kaplan 7 book, get reading. Also, you could even take the 66 or 63 before you start studying. That would surprise the hell out of them. Okay. No, it doesn't have to be attorneys at all. A lot of times it is, but the arbitration panel is made up of two different people, industry and non-industry. Industry people, so this would be on the 7, probably not the SIE. 7, 6, stuff like that. Okay. Jackson, oh, got it. Awesome. We're going to nail this. You're going to get it. Get some sleep, my man. Get some sleep. Get off of here. Okay. Go watch my Quick and Dirty if I have one for the exam. And if anyone taking the 66, remember, watch the 63 and 66 Quick and Dirty. The 63, because I can't put the same video under suit titles. It's kind of like against policies. So if you're taking the 63, watch the 63 Quick and Dirty. If you're taking the 66, watch the 63 Quick and Dirty for the regs and watch the 66 Quick and Dirty for the other stuff. And 65, watch them both also. Okay. Alvarez, what vendor? It matters. Okay. So the arbitration is made up of 1 or 3 people, right? The bigger thing, it's not about attorneys. It's about, I have friends who are on it, and I love them, but they're fucking idiots. Okay. They're not lawyers by far. So they're not idiots. I love them. But it's, if you're under 50 grand, it's 1 arbitrator. Between 50 and 100 grand, 1 arbitrator, but it's in person. Where under 50, you can do like a simplified one, which is all by mail. Anything over 100 is up to 3 arbitrators. And technically, I think if even under 100, a person can request 3 arbitrators. Boom. Okay. Awesome, Wendy. You're going to nail this tomorrow. I hope you met with Kasha today. Okay. Now, get some sleep. So that's the arbitration panel. You don't need to be a lawyer. The big thing is whether they're industry or not, right? So if it's between 2 firms, it's industry. All 3 are industry arbitrators. If it's Will, that's awesome. That's very smart. Okay. Anyone have any tips for the SIE? No, the other way around, Wendy. IAs don't arbitrate. BDs do. IAs can't do arbitration. So, Jordan, I hope that helps a little bit. Yeah, and there's no, it doesn't have to be attorneys. It could be anyone. Just the big thing is whether industry or not. Before I move on, if there's a human being involved, whether it's an agent or a customer, it has to lean public, which means that if you have 3 arbitrators and it's a human being, whether an agent or a customer, there has to be 2 public and 1 industry. Boom. Okay. Oh, mid-70s. If you're in the low 70s, Avalos, you're fine. Okay. Read the whole question. Absolutely. That's the biggest thing. Again, Rachel, so fucking happy for you. Okay. Okay. There you go. Okay, that works. Okay. Oh, 6 point. What are you looking for? 90s? You're getting 86s. You're fine. Boom. Okay. LinkedIn, don't worry about it. We're gonna come back and hit it hard this time. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yes, you need the for durable power, any kind of power of attorney, it needs to be signed. Now, what's interesting, you're not taking the 63 or 65 or the 66, but on the broker-dealer side, that has to be signed in hand before you do anything, okay? It's not the same as a new account form. It's a power of attorney has to be signed. On an IA world, you're allowed to do verbal or oral for up to 10 days. I'm not touching that joke at all. Okay. Okay. To retail. So let's go through this, okay? So correspondence is 25 or less retail customers. Now remember, if you, yeah, that works. Okay. Interesting. Earnings per share. Okay. Split a couple conversions. We'll get back to this. 25 or less is correspondence. Doesn't need to be pre-approved. Over, not 25 or more, over 25 individuals, retail, is going to be retail customers, and it has to be pre-approved. If it's institutions, which are like broker dealers, hedge funds, mutual funds, stuff like that, you just have to review it after the fact. That's the rules. Them's the facts. Okay. John, I answered your question, hopefully. Okay. Yes. No. It's fine, Jordan. We're good. If projecting performance is always a no-no. Right. So it's not always wrong. It's just you can't do it. Okay. Ooh. No, I think it's same day is okay. It's when they do it over a couple days that's a problem. So CTR, it's over 10 grand. Because really you do both. I mean, if you thought it was bad. It doesn't say they're suspicious. Okay. Michael Weiss does. Shannon, Michael Weiss has a code, has a discount link. I don't know if you know him. He's on Facebook. I'll try to put I don't think I do. I'll try to put his discount code in my boom. I love it. That's what you're gonna get it, XJ. We're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Keep hammering. We're gonna get it. You have a lot of time. I'll try to put the link in. I think I have his code. I'll try to put the link in my what do you call it? Let me get it. Where are you, you bastard? Where are we? Chats, Michael. Bonds. Faith or just bonds? Okay. There we go. I think I can do this the right way. Let's see if I can do this. Boom. Copy. Let me get in here. You all have to handle it. Deal with me not looking at the screen. Talk to each other. I'll catch up. I'm not worried about it. Okay. See if it works. See if I can put a link in here. Did it let me do it? Let's see if it shows up. There's a discount link. Boom. Anyone who's doing gets a discount link for Kaplan. It's not through me. It's from Michael. So help him out. Okay. Help a brother out. Okay. So now. Yes. Take it like a bad bitch. That's exactly what we're doing, right? We're taking the test like a bad bitch. Okay. Take it like a savage. Take it like a bad bitch. You're going to own this shit. Okay. Okay. Depends what test, Facebook user. So for the SIE, okay. No problem, Jordan. No problem, Jordan. Okay. Don't worry about that. We're good. I like their questions. I just like Kaplan as a supplement. Here's my deal. I like STC questions the best, right? But STC doesn't sell fucking QBank. So you can't, they used to, then they stopped. So I would always say, I would rather say buy Achievable by STC questions, but you can't do that. Okay. Boom. Okay. Will, I have a whole video on that. I have a whole video on risks. Okay. But I could probably try to do it if I have time. If I don't run out of time, but I think we're good. I think the Kaplan questions are too hard. That's a problem. But I think STC questions are closer to the exam, not mirrored. They're closer to the exam. And by the way, every vendor, you'll always find a question or two that's mirrored from the exam. That's every vendor does that. That's the way it is. I just think Achievable teaches it better than everyone else. Okay. Okay. Bond percentage is the bond basis. Okay. Nah, Katie, it's not. Okay. Wait, hold on. You're taking get ready for a lot of barking. Okay. So you're taking Katie, are you taking the 6 or the 7? I can't remember. Or is it the 66? It's not a lot of math. None of these tests have a lot of math. 79, yeah, but the 7, the 6, the 63, 65, 66, not a lot of math. Yeah, there's not maybe one or two. You have to do and I'll get to you, Audra, I promise. You might have total return. You might have current yield. You might have a tips question. maybe a beta question, but they're all easy, very simple stuff. You might have to do PE or earnings per share. But other than that, not a lot of math. Okay. I have a time value of money one. I wouldn't. They're all different things. They're totally different things. Okay, so now, so if I have a bond quoted higher than the nominal is not a discount. If the yield is higher, then it is a discount. So understand, if the yield, they don't really quote bonds at the yield. I mean, I guess they do, but they maybe put it in there. Look, 5% bond trading at par, 5% yield. That's good. If the bond drops, then the yield is going to be higher than the coupon. That's a discount bond. So remember, basis is yield to maturity. So if you see the basis is, if they say the basis is 8 and the nominal is 4, then it is absolutely a discount. Okay. It is absolutely, because the basis means yield to maturity. Remember that basis means yield to maturity. So if the basis is quoted, if they're showing the basis higher than the current or the coupon, it's actually a discount bond. If the basis is lower than the coupon or the nominal or the current yield, then it's a premium bond. And yes, discount bonds are quoted yield to maturity or basis. Premium bonds, if they're callable, are quoted at yield to call. Okay. Okay, honey. Here's the thing. So you're doing a no-show, okay? So if you get the best of you and you go, fuck it, I can't go in, I can't do it, I'm going to have a heart attack, right? What do? You just do a no-show. And what happens? Well, they take your firstborn child. That's really what they do. But in reality, what they do is they do nothing. It just resets. You may have to, so say it's tomorrow, you may have to wait till Thursday or Friday to retake the test. They charge your firm is charged already. So to rebook it, wow, that's a lot of bags. To book it, they went to Walmart. My son's leaving for college again tomorrow. To rebook it. Thank you. To rebook it, they just said they might make you pay. That's it, honey. Nothing else. Okay. Sergio, don't worry about it. It's not worth spending your time on. Seriously. I think they're doing it so you don't go in and then just not take the exams. I mean, I've never heard of anyone being charged for that. I always thought it was if you got your tests, passed them, and then just left without actually having anything happen. Then I would be like, okay, maybe they can charge you. But they can't charge you because you didn't pass an exam. That would be ridiculous. And I'm telling you, Sergio, let it go or find someone. I can try to find someone at Edward Jones that can talk to you, but there's no way they're charging you for that. You know what? You call them up and say, wait, what happens? And in reality, you're right, Sergio, you're not unlicensed. Okay. And the good thing about this having the 7 is you could take the 66 or the 63-65 combo. They can't really say they won't sponsor for one or the other. Okay. Yes, the day before up to now, just keep taking tests and then. But here's the thing: you got to review the exams, right? You have to review them. And this is why I do this video ahead to say, listen, what are you going to do over the next week, 2 days, whatever it is? For the 63. Okay. So I'll get you, honey. My wife is going to hear me saying honey and she's going to think something, but that's okay. Her name's Honey. Sorry, honey. I'm waiting for a rolling pin to come flying at me. No, I'm kidding. Okay. She did hear that, by the way. Okay, so now. I know that wasn't sexy. Yeah, but you got to hit me with something. Okay, so now. So throw her car keys at me. Okay, so now. They might hurt more. So, if you're taking the 60, just grind them out. That's the easiest way to do it. Just if you're right now, you're up to Saturday, but make sure you review them in detail. Okay. And I say they do. So I'm looking it up. I was talking. I had never heard that they don't. They do. Here's what it is. I think the issue is if in the dividends, if you choose to automatically reinvest the dividends, I think then there's a thing because I don't think they don't apply at all. I don't think that's going to be on the exam. There's no way that if you buy a mutual fund, sell it for a loss and buy it back. Remember, it might be if you buy in a different family of fund, you're good. Okay. So like say you have a Fidelity fund and you have the large cap and you sell it. And then you buy back into a mid cap fund. That doesn't matter. But if you buy back into the large cap, you might be subject to it. wash sale. I think because they're different, right? So if you sell a fund for a loss, like a mutual fund, like a large cap fund, boom, okay. If you sell it for a loss and then you buy back into the same fund, like the large cap, whatever it is, then you might have a washout. But if you sell the large cap and buy a mid cap, I think you're fine. I don't think there's a washout at all. Okay. Yeah, you're fine. Okay. Yeah. Does anyone watch the video that I put out before? I do this so that you guys can just relax and not even hear it. Okay. Okay. Wendy, you should be asleep by now. If you're taking SS tomorrow, you shouldn't be on here asking about DCF and bond duration. That's not a thing. I mean, it is, but right now you shouldn't be doing this, but we'll get to it. Okay. I would say if you're taking it on Monday, you got to take a final every day. Maybe even take some of mine on my channel, and then make sure you review them in detail. And make sure the day before, like I tell everyone, read customer accounts, go through my 24 hours playlist, 24 hours before playlist, get it on. Okay. That's true. Yeah, fair, Wendy. I forgot you're on the wrong coast. Okay. If yield to call is lower than the yield to maturity, it's not a discount bond. Remember something. If the yield to call is lower than the yield to maturity, it is a premium bond which gets called. Discount bonds would be called at yield to call, but nobody's going to call a discount bond. Why, Audra? Because if a bond becomes a discount, that means yields are higher than the. So let's say you have a 5% bond and rates go to 7. It becomes a discount bond. As an issuer, I am not. Okay. Awesome. Heather, that's awesome. There's no way if I have a 5% bond and yields are 7 that I'm calling a bond. There's no freaking way I'm doing that because I'm very happy I'm only paying 5% versus 7. So discount bonds will never be called. Unless, of course, the company comes into like a shitload of money, but they don't do it for like an economic purpose. Okay. Yield to worst. Okay. Have some of your hot dogs. Have some of your hot dogs. I don't want to make them. I think they'll walk out on their own soon. Probably. What do you recommend doing a week before taking the 7? Take tests. Guys, watch my freaking video. I just did a video. I attached it to the beginning so you all know what to do the week before the test. I love you, but you all asking the same question. What do you do the week before the test? Take fucking tests. Take finals every damn day, but not the day before. Review them in detail. Okay? Review them in detail. Okay? And then keep going. The day before, no test. Add knowledge. Watch videos. Get some sleep. Go eat dinner. Have a glass of wine. And pass the bitch. Okay. There's nothing better, Micah. That's literally what you need to do this week. Watching videos, taking practice exams. And don't even worry about my videos. Sometimes reading is better. Ryan, you're going to work on this. You have 3 weeks. You have 100% enough time. Just like I said, get through the book now. Start tomorrow. Get through the book. Get through the book. Get through the book. Don't take notes. Just read it like a horrible novel. I don't know if you do. You might. You should reach out to them. You might get the mastery with the Quebec. I don't know. I can ask around, but if you just call them and see, because sometimes they sell it. You know what? I'm thinking you don't, because you're getting there, Audrey. Yeah, you're getting there. Your scores are getting close, right? Okay. Actually, I think you don't. If you buy the whole package, you get them. But I think you just buy the QBank, you don't. But don't worry about it. Justin, it doesn't matter. Okay, there you go. And John, don't do it. Don't spend the money on it. It's not worth it. You're better off just doing the QBank. The mastery will make you doubt yourself. It really will. It'll ruin your confidence. It's seriously. Okay. Okay. You're going to pass, Julie. Don't worry about it. You have to think that one, okay? You have to think you're going to pass, okay? Yeah, the mastery is not worth it. It's so hard. Okay. Shannon, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes, so here's the thing. So Facebook is, you have two choices. If you're still interviewing, maybe get the 63 or 66 out of the way so you can go in there and pad your resume a little bit more. If you're just waiting for an offer letter or just waiting and you're at a firm already and you're just waiting to be sponsored, yeah, then start reading the 7 book. Like if you know it's going to happen. But if you want to make yourself look better and be more hireable, go bang out the 66. Bang out. It's a hard test. But go do that now. You did the SIE, start on the 66, get that done, and then put that on your resume. And then you have 2 things on your resume. So if someone hires you, you only have 1 test to take. Smart move. And then again, this is only if you don't have a job. If you do have a job already and you're just waiting for them to sponsor you, yeah, start reading the book. Start reading the book, watching my videos, all that shit. Okay. Jackson, you're going to nail it. So I'm past perfect. If past perfect and STC and Kaplan, if you're taking all of them and you're in the 70s, okay? Oh, right, exactly. There you go, 6 points. Okay. I didn't see your follow-up. Right. Okay. You're taking on the 7th. If you're scoring in the 70s, you're more than ready. So just keep it on the 7th, but keep adding knowledge. Don't do any finals yet. Wait till like the end of August to start doing finals and do it that way. Who would call me during my live? Okay. Demille Dumalade. I love these great names. Demalade. What are you scoring? What are your progress exam scoring? And tell me the vendor. Okay. Yeah. So qualified dividend, right? So what is a qualified dividend since we're here? So they don't apply to mutual funds. They're only for common and preferred pretty much. So what happens is if you own the stock for 60 days before and after the X day, then you pay a lower tax bracket. You pay the capital gains bracket, which is 10 or 15 or 20%, depending how rich you are, on your dividends. Okay. But mutual funds and all the other ones, you have to pay full ordinary income because taxes are done on taxes are at ordinary income for most dividends. But once you've held it for 60 days before or after, and it's called qualified, you get a lower tax bracket. Now remember, this is why they do it. Because when you get a dividend from a company, like a regular company, that money's already been taxed once on the corporate level. Okay. Okay. If you're taking in 2 weeks, you're actually in good shape. Just review stuff, Demolade. Now, if on a regular common site, they'll give you a break because the money's already been taxed. Okay. So on a corporation, they pay taxes on that money. Okay. They pay taxes on it and then they send it out to you and then you pay taxes. So it's double tax. They're not really giving you much of a break. But mutual funds and all that mutual funds and REITs pass through 90% of their income. So that shit's not taxed. So it won't be qualified because the IRS is not giving you a break because it has not been taxed already. The only reason they give you a break on the qualified is because they already got their money. They're still getting more money. Okay. Okay. Good. Okay. That's fine. But watch the risk videos earlier, right? So start watching the I have in the thank you, Wendy. I appreciate it. I think my mutual fund ones are pretty good. The 3 of them, I have 3 good ones. One with a chart comparing them. I think it's good. Sometimes I get inspired. I get lucky, like a broken clock, right? So you're scoring well. Watch it quick and dirty. Find in the SIE exam playlist, I have a suitability one, which is perfect for the SIE, and then I have a risk one. Okay. Then I have a risk one. Good. Okay. And again, broker dealers arbitrate, IAs do not. This should be printed on everyone's forehead. This should be printed on front of your computer, again, your wall, everything. Read the entire question and all the choices. Good. Again, yeah, you're fine. You're in good shape. Okay. Blake, you're in great shape. Okay, don't worry about the DPP stuff, and don't worry about taxes too much on mutual funds, other than knowing that everything is taxable for a mutual fund. Okay, that's good, honey. I love people. I don't love flashcards, but a lot of people do. Okay. Okay. When do you take 2 weeks? You know what? You're scoring so well. Here's what I want you to do, 6 Point. This would be interesting. Just go back and reread the book. Just go back and reread the book. That'd be amazing if you have so much time. Do that. Just read the book. You'll see your score. That'll give you a break from the questions. Go read the book. I think that's the best thing you can do right now. That's just inspired. Since you have 2 weeks and you're scoring 80s, go read the book again. It'll pump your scores up even more. Just do it. I think that's the way to do it. I think it's inspired. Okay. So, Julie, did you have to calculate EPS or just understand it? And by the way, in case you're wondering, earnings per share is super easy. It's the annual earnings divided by the outstanding shares. Literally. Okay. It's literally the annual earnings, the earnings divided by the outstanding shares. That's all it is. And then PE ratio is the market price divided by that number. It's also called the multiple. A high PE means it's a growth stock. A low PE means it's a value stock. They're not going to ask you, I think 33 and higher is high, but I don't think they're going to make you say, is this a growth or a value? Unless it says a high PE, doesn't pay a dividend, shit like that. I think it's a CTR. I think if you do it the same day, I can understand that it sounds like structuring, but I think if it's the same day in the same place, I think you can't complain. It's they're not structuring. Because remember, structuring is trying to avoid it by putting it just under over 6 extra days. This, you put it in the same day, which means it's gonna get covered. It's gonna be caught, and you have to do a CTR. Yanni, no. Jane, no. I like STC better, but in reality, okay, Kalpa pick. Okay, that's fine. Okay, but it wasn't that hard, I hope. Let me get to Jane. I'll get you, Jane. Okay. There's Shannon. I put the code in there. Hopefully, that anyone who wants to do anyone who wants the Kaplan code here, the link it's in there. Okay. Boom, XJ. Let's get this SIU done now. Okay, if you take too long, it gets worse. So XJ, I'm putting this on you. I want the SIU done by the end of September, by my birthday. My birthday is September 26th. I want my birthday present. You have the SIU done. That's your challenge right now, XJ. No excuses. I want it done by my birthday. And if you don't have it done, I'm going to block you from here. Okay. 6 Point. That's awesome. Boom. I hope so. I love when people wear my hats around. Okay. Hang it up here on your desk. Okay. Now, what are notes? So note is just another term for bond. It's a short, usually medium-term bond, but it doesn't have to be, right? Okay. Because I thought exchange-traded notes are not always short-term. So notes, when there's other stuff around, okay? When there's other stuff around, yeah, maybe notes. So we got notes are just bonds, okay? It's like it's a promissory note, is a bond, okay? Is debt. Look at there. Okay, so XJ, I moved it up. I want it by your birthday. XJ, I want it by the time your birthday. There you go. So now you have less than 20 to 30 days to get this thing done. Just the SIE, not the other one. Just go little stuff. Okay, now, notes are just debt. Okay, so in the treasury world, it's like bills are under a year, right? Discount notes, okay? The discount bond bills. Then T notes are 2 to 10 years. They pay a coupon every year, stuff like that. But it is a bond. And then T bonds are up to 30 years. Now, muni notes are short-term ones. They're like bands, TANs, RANs, stuff like that. So like a tax anticipation note or a revenue anticipation note. Like, look, let's go over this way. In New York City, okay, do you know how much it costs to pick up snow in New York City? Why? I'll tell you. And if you watch my videos, you would know this. $2 million an inch. So for every inch that drops in New York City, it's $2 million. We may not have it. Okay. Oh, there you go. Look at that. I love that. Twinsies, right? Okay. So now, I'll get you, Austria. I will definitely get Australib. Now, tax anticipation notes and revenue anticipation notes. I have all this snow I have to pick up in January. My city is not making money until the subway fares come in or people pay their taxes in April. So I'll issue a RAN now to get the money. Okay. What do you mean, Wendy? I will get, 2 million. There you go. See, you knew 2 million an inch. So what happens is, I will issue a RAN now knowing to have the money, and then I know it'll be paid off in the short term with non-tax revenue from the subways, the buses, the bridges, and stuff like that. Or I'll issue a TAN, a tax anticipation note. I know people are going to pay their taxes in April, so I'm going to issue the money now, and then when people pay their taxes, their actual pay the taxes, it'll pay it off. So muni notes are short-term notes, short-term things, maybe up to 2 years, maybe usually shorter, that on a that we need money now. It's like a bridge loan. Okay, good. Oh, there's a whole point of, see, don't get old people. ADD and old is not a good mix. So what happens is we issue them for short term, knowing we need the money now, and they're paid off by something else. A ban, if we want to start a bond, if we get a bond approved, we want to start issuing, we want to start building the project now. So we issue a ban, and then when the geo bond is actually, or the geo, the revenue is actually approved, it'll pay off the ban, stuff like that. Okay. Which holiday? Christmas? Take off 2 days. Listen, Rachel, you nailed it. Take off till Thursday, and then Friday start reading, baby, and just read. Read. Okay. If you don't start till after Labor Day, just start reading, and boom, you can get it done. So Jane, I'll get. Oh, Yikin, I'll get to you. Okay. Yichin, I'll get to you. See, I remember it. Okay. Just make quick and make just make 2 quick and dirties. That's it. Don't boom. Okay. 2, just might watch the 2 quick and dirties, and that's it. Get some sleep. That's the big thing. Get the regs down. If you're good with the regs, you're fine. There's 3 things. You could probably watch my 63 cheat sheet, 63 quick and dirty, and then 66 quick and dirty. Those 3 things will probably solve a lot of problems. Okay. Boom. There you go. Okay. Once you read the book, then take the questions. Yes. I'm okay with taking questions as soon as you read the book one time. Okay. So, Will, like I said, I have a risk video where I go over it. So that's easier to do than wasting time with that, because I'm just going to be spitting shit out. So go watch in the essay exam playlist, I have 2 videos. Watch the risk one. I think it's like number 20 and then, or 21 or whatever. It says risk on it. And then the other one says suitability securities. That's going to give you like what each stock, what risk they have. It's pretty good. Okay. Bianca. What your odds are 100% you're going to nail it. Okay. Boom. I know everyone feels weird for the 63, but I told you it starts low and then goes up. It's like a ramp. Okay. Not heavy. So Katie, I talked about this, not heavy on the 66. Again, maybe PE, maybe earnings per share, probably a total return, maybe a dollar cost averaging, which I did a video on that. Stuff like that. Nothing crazy. You could literally say fuck no on the math and still get a 90. Okay. They have nothing. So cash flow analysis is literally just on, don't worry about it. You don't have to do the math on it. Cash flow analysis is really just looking at the cash flow of a company to determine how it is. Internal rate of return is it's like yield to maturity. It's what we're returning. Internal rate of return is the rate of return where present value and future value are on equal par, where we have a 0 NPV. Okay. Again, don't have to calculate this shit. Now, total return is a little different. Okay. Also, in IRR is also known as yield to maturity. So total return is our growth plus our income divided by the original. So if I buy $5,000 worth of stock and it goes up to 6,000, that's 1,000, and I get a $100 dividend. So that's 1,100 divided by the 5,000, whatever that is. Okay. What is that? 22%, whatever the hell it is. So again, total return is your growth or loss plus or minus the cash divided by the original. I definitely got a question on that. Not hard, not complicated like Kaplan fucking does it, but it is there. Okay. Exactly. No way you get charged if you're fired. So I'm telling her, Sergio, to let it go. Okay. So now. No, you'll have to. So, honey, it's up to your firm. If your firm is not going to be pissed at you, let it go. Because here's my thing. I understand, Shannon, to just take it, you get in trouble. But here's my thing. If you're not ready, if you're super nervous and you're not ready, and you're mentally not ready, and you fail, first time you think, okay, you know what? First time I still have 2 more shots. Yeah, but here's the thing. You're now down to 2, right? So what happens is if the next one, which sometimes happens, if number 2 is hard and you miss it because it's harder than the first one, you're down to 1. Okay. And I know it sounds stupid, but the best chance to pass is your first one almost every time. Okay. Yes. The third one seems to drop in easiness or whatever, but it doesn't mean it always will. It just seems likely anecdotally. Your best chance is the first one. So if you're not ready, don't fucking take a flyer. I'm not a fan of that. I am not a fan of people just winging it. Okay. Some people do something. They're super aggressive about it. You know what? That's your life, right? Yeah. You can. I'm not sitting here rolling the dice with your fucking life. Okay. And that's what they glibly say, just take it, just attack it anyway. I'm not a fan of that, because if you're not ready and you're not in the right mindset, you're gonna have a problem. Okay. So, because if you miss it once, you now have to wait 30 days. It's a little embarrassing. Again, if you do it and you think you're ready and you miss, we deal with it, right? But taking it when you're not ready or having a panic attack is no way to go into this test. And again, if you take it once, fine, and you still have 2 more shots. But then if you get, again, like I'm saying, if you all of a sudden get a bad day the second time, you're not on a 1. Okay. And then you're fucking fired, because very few people are going to keep a job after a third fail. So I'm saying, because nobody's going to wait 6 months for that. Again, if your firm is okay with it, then do a no-show, and then they'll have to reopen a window. It'll cost them money. Then you take it again. Okay. So it's your third time. Right. So if your firm is okay with it, because if you fail, you're going to have to wait 6 months. But, honey, where are you scoring on your question? Where are you scoring? Okay. Here we go. Volatility in duration are the same freaking thing, okay? Bond duration, long volatility, long-term bonds and low coupons have long duration, which means very volatile. Long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds, right? That's why I sent you that video. I freaking hope you watched the video I sent you, Wendy, okay? Duration and volatility are the same damn thing, okay? So long duration, long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds. I saw the question you had me, and that is exactly what I was saying. Long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds. Kaplan or STC, honey. And what test, too? Kaplan, STC, or STC are achievable, and what test? So, volatility, long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds. So if you have 2 8% bonds, one's 10 and one's 20, the 20 moves more every fucking time. Okay. Now, if you have two bonds, if you have two 20-year bonds and a 10% and a 4%, the 4% will move more than the 10% every fucking time. Yeah, but what test are you scoring 60s and 70s on? Is it Kaplan or STC? That's what I need to know, because that means something. I still think your borderlines, you got to build that up. But I think if you're in the Kaplan low, high 70s, high 60s, low mid 70s, you're probably going to pass. Right. So that's a little tight. Okay. I'm a little tight. That's a little risky. And if it's tomorrow, I wouldn't take it. But if it's next week, keep going at it and see what happens. Okay. Okay. Nicholas, I'll get to that. So now, so that's bond duration. So you got to understand, Wendy, just take your time with this. Okay. If you see 2 bonds, the one with the longer maturity is the more volatile every fucking time. If you have 2 bonds that are the same length, the one with the lower coupon is more volatile every fucking time. If you have 2 bonds with the same maturity and one has a lower price, the lower price moves every fucking time. Now, the trick one is 0 coupons move more than anyone else, because they're literally the lowest coupon you can have. And variable rates have no interest rate risk. They have no volatility. Now, DCF, what is DCF? It's literally how we find present value. It's the method to find present value. It isn't present value. It isn't future value. It's the method to find it. So DCF is you take all your future cash flows and discount them back for inflation, because you remember, money now is worth more than money later. So if I say I'm paying, why do you guys, if you're working at a big place, get like a 3% raise every year? To offset inflation, sort of. It didn't work the last couple of years, because if you make $100,000 a year now and you still make $100,000 a year in 10 years, you actually get a pay cut every year. You're making less. So what happens is DCF is taking that what money in the future would be worth today to find the present value. So DCF, you use the future value, the internal rate of return, or the rate of return, and the number of years to get that. Okay, to get yourself to the present value. That's what DCF is there to find present value. Okay. It's not goddamn deeper than that. Okay. Heather, I'm glad. I love doing that. I'm going to start doing that more and more. Like whenever I finish early, I'm just going to jump on. I'm going to do different tests. I'll label it. So guys, make sure you have, if you subscribe, which anyone in the comments is, and if you're not, it's fine. Put on notifications, because I'm going to do, so hold on, Nicholas, we're going to get to that. The long and low is about volatility, not about likely to be called. Okay. So now, if put the notifications on so that when I put out a video, you get it. But it's more important when I do these lives, you can have I do them where we get on and we go back and forth. We talk about questions. I actually give you guys a second or two to answer it. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. Okay. Yes. Okay. Right. So a lot of places, right. So this is not the same thing, right? Excessive trading. A lot of people do this, right? So for the most part, if you work at a broker dealer, you're not trading a lot. You can't. Okay. Some people do. My guys, I let them because as long as we get the conference, I didn't give a shit what they did. And we had it hooked up to an internal system that it would flag if we did anything wrong. Okay. Boom, Julie. I know. I thought it was fun. So now, and Achievable doesn't mind me doing it. Like people ask me to do like Exam FX or Past Perfect. I don't have permission from them. And if those guys watch my goddamn videos, they know they would not let me do it because I'm not very nice to them. Right. So a lot of places that mutual funds have rules that if you go in, they want you to do long term, so they will cut you off if you start trading too much. Yeah, they will. Okay. Audrey, we're getting there. Where are your scores now? I think I'm still behind, right? I'm 20 minutes behind. Okay. So Demolate, I think you're in good shape. Okay. I think you're in good shape to do this. I think you're in good shape with 2 weeks to go. If you keep adding knowledge, maybe take a day, maybe take 2-3 days to just go back through the book. Might help. Okay. It's Nancy, it's on my channel. If you look up free practice exams, I'm always afraid to come off this tab because it goes, hey, you lost connection. Okay. Go look in my playlist tab and look up free practice finals. It should be there. And my 50 question one should be in there too. Boom. Here's the thing. To learn, I like Achievable. But if you had to buy a package in your firm, it's STC or Achievable. Those are the best two. But if you're going to do Achievable, I always say this: buy the Achievable, and then what you do is you buy the Cap and QBank, and that's a good mix. And again, if you could buy Achievable and buy the STC QBank, I would like that too. But they don't sell it, so I can't say that. So I think because I like Achievable's questions, but the Cap and ones are a lot harder until they'll challenge you. But again, STC is great for the 65 and 66 and the 7. If you have to file full package, I do love Achievable for them also. I just would like you to buy a second vendor when you buy Achievable. I like their questions. I do. I just think sometimes they're not as challenging sometimes. Boom. Okay. Depends. It depends. If it's the SIE and the 79, I think they use their own, but everything else they use Kaplan. Yeah. So if you're buying Notman, don't buy the Kaplan QBank. It doesn't help you. Okay. Good. Don't worry about again, here's the one thing. The one thing that Achievable does that I disagree with, when they do the bond math on the accretion and amortization, they go and they make you do yield to maturity. So don't worry about that stuff. Okay. You're never going to have to do yield to maturity. They do it just to challenge you. And the whole thing with the accretion and amortization, they put the whole extra stuff in there. And I think they over test it. They over ask it, but that's fine. I mean, every vendor has problems. And if that's the only problem you have, you're in great shape. Don't sweat this too much, okay? Don't sweat the taxes of mutual funds. Know that everything about a mutual fund is taxable. If they make a capital gain distribution, it's long-term, no matter when you bought it. And if they and everything and the dividends, they have to pay out 90% of their income every year, which means you only pay. You're getting the money that has not been taxed yet, and then you tax. Trying to catch up. Yeah, Nancy. You're in great shape. You're in awesome shape. Jane, if you're still on here, I'm going to get to you now in a second. I know I'm 15 minutes behind. Okay. Face, always beware, but no, that's right. Okay. Oh, honey. I get it. Okay. Talk to your firm about whether they're going to be mad at you or not. If not, I'd push it up because you're borderline. And if it's your third time, I don't want you to miss. Okay. No, I think you're okay. Not many questions are hard. Some of their stuff is hard. Just go over the worst stuff and take your time. Okay. Take it on a Thursday, right? If tomorrow if you can't get above a 70, 72, then either move it or take a flyer and don't worry about it too much. But I would try to get your stuff over. I know I'm not a fan of taking a test the day before, but you're close enough that you might have to take one to give yourself a little confidence. Okay. Jane, if you're still on here, no. I prefer, in reality, for the SAE, I prefer Achievable. Okay. If your firm is making you choose between ST and Kaplan, get the STC. I think it's better. Okay. Training consultants is okay. I think they're a little weak. STC is better than Kaplan. The questions are closer. They teach it better. But again, if you're paying for yourself, go check out Achievable. For the SIE, there's no one better. They have videos. They explain it better. They teach it better than anyone else. Yes, their questions have a different style than the test. Boom. Okay. Alex, no, I don't think they are. Okay. Okay. You're good. Here's the thing. If you have 2 weeks, Australib. If you have the time, yes, read it. The Australib. If you have the time, then read it. Okay. Sure, Nancy, I can. If you're 65, 70, you're probably okay with 2 weeks. But yeah, it doesn't hurt to take like maybe 3-4 days to read some of your lower sections. Like read the mutual funds, read the equity, the bonds, and like the customer accounts and stuff. Yeah, that would be smart to do. Okay. I think that would be very smart to do. Okay. Okay. Kyle busy. Yeah, so that makes sense. I read. Okay. If you try to get through the book, the 7 book each, and I think if you went through it real hard, I think you can get it done in a week, maybe 6 days. If you have all day, you can probably get done in 3-4 days. But if you're working too, it might take you a week. Okay. Kyle, we got this, right? You're gonna nail this thing. I know you are. I feel super confident about you. Boom. Okay. So yeah, so about a week, maybe depending on how your reading is, but a week, maybe less if you're not working, and maybe a little over a week if you are working. Just get through it. So again, don't take notes, just read, okay? And maybe like ignore the DPP chapter. Okay. Okay, so if you want to join the membership, right? So I'm not pushing this, you asked, so I'm gonna go with it. There's a bunch of levels, but if you go into any one of my channels, you see a button that says join. Now I'm telling you, don't do it on an iPhone because they jack 30% on top. Do it on an Android or a laptop or desktop. You don't want to pay extra. Okay. Okay. Now, thank you, Julie. I appreciate it. See, I like feedback from other people. It's awesome. And Nick, I will get to your thing. So now, if you go into the join, there's 4 choices. There's a cheap one, like $7, where you just see the classes that I do after the fact, the recordings. Then you go to the next one. It's $20 a month about, and you get all my options videos, which are fucking game changing. I'm telling you right now, my options videos are fucking shit. They are the shit. Okay. Now, usually they do that with a legal opinion. Okay. So now I don't know. I don't think that's testable, but it's a legal opinion, if anything. Now, the next step up is $25 a month, which means you get everything below it. The options videos, but we get a once a week class. That's a 7 class at 7 or the 65, 66 class at 6. If you go to the $50 one, you also get everything below. Plus, we just do a dedicated option class every Sunday night at 8. Now, I am moving that in September. My anniversary is next Friday, on Friday the 1st. But on the next Friday, I'm doing on the 6th or 7th. I'm doing it every Friday night instead of Sundays now. I think that's better for me and some other people, so more people can get to it. So again, that's it. $50 you get options and the 7. If $25 you get a class, either the 7 or the 65, whatever, and the everything below it. $20 you get the options videos, which are game changing, and the lower one you just get to watch the videos after the fact. Okay, because I don't. The membership classes, I have a couple on the free side. Other than I'm paying for it because I'm a greedy fucking bastard. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing. So think about that. I know exactly. So the options videos are 20. The classes are 50. Okay, so you get the class and the videos. Everyone said I should have charged more, but it's fine. If you do that, okay. Yeah, don't roll the dice. Boom, and get rid of SIA. I love Jeff, the guy who writes it. I think I like him. But the STC and Kaplan are better, I think. Yeah, if you think about it, if you pay $50 a month, you're getting 2 classes every week. That's 4 classes, like $8 a class. Okay. Bianca, you're gonna rock this thing. You're absolutely gonna rock this, Bianca. I know. I feel confident you are. Okay. So, honey, I agree. I think you moved over. Okay. That's right. Just the other one you didn't. So it was an STC. Just keep reading and push it off. As long as your boss is okay. Now, okay. 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 Let me get to the investment advisors. That's not, I think, what book are you using? Kyle, what book are you using? Because that's some crazy questions. Got to be past perfect. Okay. So here's the deal. the bond most likely to be called will always be a premium. Okay, that's likely. Okay, but if you have to compare them, okay, it is going to be the one with the highest coupon or the lowest call price. Okay, highest coupon. Because think about it, if you have 4 credit cards and you have enough money to pay off one of them, yeah, don't worry about that. That's so fucking deep. Okay, you're taking the 7, right? So it's bond advisors. They can't do both. Let me get to that. It's not investment advisors. It's muni bond advisors. It's not really the same. I mean, it's sort of the same thing, but it's not. Now, and they can't do both. Okay, now, unless they get permission. And again, not testable. So if you have 4 bonds, a 10%, an 8%, a 6%, and a 4%, and you have enough money to pay off one of them, which one are you paying off? The 10%. You're paying one with the highest coupon. You're paying off the one with the highest coupon, okay? Because that's costing them. Pay that off. Now you only have 3 bonds at 8, 6, and 4, okay? And then the next time you pay off the 8. Then you only have 6 and 4. If you remember, so if you pay off the 4, then you still have all these high coupons. And why didn't you just pay off the high one? Like if you have 4 credit cards, you pay off the one with the worst interest rate. That's what you do, okay? Because you want to pay less interest rate. And then the next part is a call price. So the call premium, right? So remember how call a lot of times you can call the bonds above. If you're going to call the bond, they usually make you call it above the par. So you look at that. Whatever has the highest number, that's not the one that you do with the lowest one. So let's say you have 4 bonds and all the years are the same and the coupons are the same. And then you see the call prices. You pick the one with the lowest call price. That's what you go with. Or let's say you have 2 high bonds. Say you have 2 8% and 2 10%. And you go, okay, I'm going to call the 10%ers, okay? Call the 10%ers. Then what I'll do is I will look at the call price. Whichever one has the lowest call price, that's the one I pay off. Hope that helps. Again, premium bonds get called the one with the highest coupon and the lowest call price. Call premium. Again, go look in my practice finals playlist. That's where they'll be. Okay. No contagious. Just fucking start banging out tests. That's all you can do. You read the book. You finish it, which is awesome. Start taking tests right now. Get off here. Go take a test. Not at night. Again, I'm kidding around. Don't do it at night. Remember, guys, don't start when the sun is down. You don't take tests. It's not going to work. Okay. I think TC is okay. I think you need a supplement. Like if you see their videos are good, because her voice is annoying. They're switching them out. But the problem with the switching them out is they're using actors or something, so they're not really the same thing. Okay. They're okay. I would get a supplement. I would either Cap and Q Bank or get the Achievable or something like that. And again, I talk about Achievable all the time. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't even give a shit if you use my link. Go use the Achievable.me. There's a link that doesn't go to me. I don't get anything out of it. Go to them. That's how much I like them. I don't even give a shit if I get money for it. And yeah, use my link. I get money, but I don't care. Okay? Okay. Yes, everyone is. Yeah, exactly. And people leave on the 7 stretch so much. Yes, it's on there, but it's so much easier. I don't think they're reflective of it. I don't. I think go take, if you're getting close, go take, of course I can. That's what I do for a living. Go to my website that's scrolling around the bottom and book a session and we can do it. Or watch my videos. Either way, I'm happy to help you. That's what I do. Okay. Go take the FINRA exam on the website and see how much it looks like it. Okay. I still think STC is closer. Okay. I'm going to come back to you on this one, Nancy. Let me get through here first. Okay. Okay. I think this is during the legal opinion because they want to have that. Again, it's Kaplan going too deep. Okay. Yes, there is a conflict of interest. I have to look that up. I never care about this, right? It's so it's minutia. It might be on the exam, might not be. But if you're the advisor for a muni, you can't also be on the underwriting. There's an exception to that where if you disconnect, if you terminate your arrangement and then let everyone know what you're going to get paid, then there's a way to do it. But I'd go with no because it's a conflict of interest. You can't advise and then be the underwriter. Okay. Okay, 75,510. Okay. So this is and I'll get Nancy. I will get to your thing. Okay. I just want to get through this question before I do that. So then after that, I'll pop off. Okay. By the way, guys, before I go, anyone on here, go check out Brandon Rith. go check out my other channels. I have on Instagram, I'm Series 7 Whisperer. On TikTok, I'm Series 7 Whisperer. I am switching this over, I think in September, from Capital Advantage Shooter and Series 7 Whisperer, because I have to, there's a couple of things I'm doing, like side projects, and I can't have that. It's going to make confusing with the corporations. So it's going to be, this channel is going to be Series 7 Whisperer at some point, just because I have to come up with a different name. Okay. I've had the name Series 7 Whisperer for, I think, 4 years now. Some people thought I stole it from them, but I definitely did it before them. So, okay, now back to this 75-5-10 rule. Okay. So if you want to be what they call a diversified fund, okay, you have to have at least, okay. Yeah, here's the thing. Kyle, the Kaplan questions talk about the other 25% all the time. Don't worry about it. They're not going to do that. Okay. So now, no, Rachel, you're in good shape. With those things, you're in good shape. With past perfect and achievable to supplement, you're in great shape. Now, so that means you can't, again, they try to talk about what, because the other 25% supposedly isn't regulated. There's no way they're asking that question. Okay, so here's the deal. If you want to be a diversified fund, you have to have at least 75% invested in the market. Boom. Okay. That's that you have at least. Okay. Then you can't have more than 5% of the fund's assets in any one security. Okay. So this way you're diversified. Then the last one is you can't be more than 10% of the voting stock. Okay. That's a big thing. You can't be more than 10% of the voting stock. Okay. So that keeps you from being control person, all that stuff. Now Kaplan will answer the question, how much can you invest in a certain stock? And they're going to say 30%. And you go, what the fuck? Because 5% max on the 75 on the part that's covered under this is 75%. But that leaves 25% of the fund that can do anything they want. And that's why they do that. It's a fucking bullshit question. There's definitely times when I see Kaplan questions, I absolutely know that the person who wrote it was fighting with their wife because he's taking it out on, or if it's a woman, she's fighting with her husband and they're taking it out on you 100%. Okay. Alex, happy to help. I do it every Tuesday and Thursday. Boom. Okay. Boom. I know you should be confident. You're going to nail it. Okay. I love that. I do it every Tuesday and Thursday night. Been doing it for, my God, since before COVID. Crazy, right? Okay. Rachel, you're good. Don't just use that as a supplement. Boom. Okay. Nick, everything's doing well. I'm keeping busy. And by the way, guys, yes. Okay. Boom, Rachel. I think it does help. Okay. No. Don't even worry about standard deviation. Just know that it's volatility. That would be crazy shit, Wendy. Okay. Okay, where are you? I know Nancy asked. I know what she asked. I just want to get it up here. Hold on. Here we go. Okay, I can talk a little bit about it. Okay. GEOs are tax-free. Revenues are not. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so now, what is a GEO? General obligation. They are for, okay, Wendy's going to nail it. I know you will. Okay, now, GEO bonds are issued for things that are free to use, like a high school, a library, community center, local roads, shit like that. Things that are free to use, okay? So that where do they get the money from? They're called non-self-supporting. They have to get the money from the taxes, what they ad valorem taxes or property taxes, okay? Now, since you're taking taxes out of my pocket, I have to vote. So before we issue a GEO bond, we must get a vote to say, yes, you can do that, okay? Also, revenue bonds, GEO bonds, when you're looking at analyzing them, you are going to make sure that you're going to look at the debt per capita, which is how much debt we have per person. We're going to look at the debt per assessed valuation, which is how much debt we have versus the value of the properties. We're going to look at the people moving in or out, the population trends. We're also going to look at collection ratios of all the taxes we Kyle, have a good night. You're going to nail us. I'll see you Thursday maybe, but not for a long time because if you're taking a Friday, don't go on my live. Then we also look at collection ratios, how much taxes we assess versus how much we collect. We want to see that's a high number. Also, since we're using taxpayer money, we have debt limits, kind of like this, a little bit like the federal government. They have a debt ceiling, which means nothing, right? So so we have a debt ceiling, which is the most we can debt limits, which is the most we can have borrowed at any one time. And the money has to be used inside the state, okay? Inside, you can't cross state lines. Now, the only time you can cross town lines is if it's what they call overlapping, which is like in a regional high school or like a county park system where all the different towns feed in to pay for the parks and the libraries and shit like that. Okay, that works. Now, moving on. Revenue bonds are for shit that costs money. Highways, toll roads, bridges, tunnels, subways, buses, trains. If you see the word authority, it's a revenue bond. Authority means revenue. They could have it for water, sewer. Anything that costs money is a revenue bond. Hospitals, stadiums, stuff like that. Since they're now they're paid for with the tolls, fees, rents, all that shit. They're tolls, fees, rents, all that stuff pays for the revenue bonds. Okay, so it is self-supporting supposedly. Since it's self-supporting, you have to do what they call a feasibility study before you issue it. What is a feasibility study? It's basically the person looking at, will this fucking make money? Will enough people use this to justify the bond we're issuing? Because we're going to issue a bond to build a project, okay? Basically, both of these bonds are to build projects. GO is to build a free project. A revenue is build a project that costs money, like a building, like 9/11, World Trade Center, Freedom Tower. They were done by revenue bonds, okay? Now, you do a feasibility study to make sure it works. If that passes, then you get a legal opinion. The legal opinion is done by bond counsel. Bond counsel is looking at everything legal. They're looking at the insurance. They're looking at is it tax free or not? They're looking at who owes the money on that, because it comes since it's to make money. Sometimes they get a little fuzzy with the corporations. So they're going to say that. They're going to say whether it's tax free or not. You want an unqualified opinion. You want an opinion that says, nope, we have no issues. It's unqualified. We're good to go. It's tax free and everything. They do not look at suitability. They do not look at feasibility. They do not do the credit. They do not do the credit quality. I promise you, those are going to be questions that could be on the exam. So that's the feasibility study. Once we issue it, we don't have debt limits, but we have to limit what we can issue by what we can earn. So they have a debt coverage ratio. How much debt we have versus how much revenue coming in, and we compare it. Like kind of like when you go to buy a new car or something like that, you calculate your salary versus the new payment, and you say, I can cover it or I can't. Most people do. I don't. I just do it, and then I hope it works out. That's the way I live my life, and it's just stupid. Now, that's the debt coverage ratio. Revenue bonds can absolutely cross state lines, okay? Okay. Claudine! Hold on. I'll get back to revenue. Don't worry. That's awesome. I love that. That's awesome. I'm so glad I stayed on. That's awesome. I'm glad that shit helped you. Boom. Any surprises or anything? And boom, you have the 63 when next Thursday. More than enough time. Just get through the book one time. I promise you, Claudine, get through the book once or twice first before you do anything. That's what you got to do, okay? I love it. Boom. Okay. Now, back to this. So revenue bonds, they can cross state lines. Kind of, if you look at like New York, they FB, thank you very much. Boom. Look at that. Thank you. I love it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. The Series 99, awesome. There's a lot of overlap. I promise I'll finish a revenue, Nancy. Don't worry. So stick with me. FB, that's awesome. The 99 is a lot. That's like almost like 99% overlap. 90% of the overlap. I don't do videos on them, but really just it's get into it real quick because there's so much overlap between the SIE and the 99. It's awesome. Okay, so now back to the revenue bonds. Okay, they can cross state lines. So look at New York. So New York has the Port Authority. It's the bridges between New York and New Jersey. They have the transit authority. MTA goes between New York and Connecticut and New Jersey a little bit. So revenue bonds can absolutely cross state lines. Now, there are two types of other revenue bonds we're going to talk about before I let you go. Okay. Yeah. I think Wendy, I think it helped. And she should watch it, but I'm just giving a little thing because I'm on a roll. Let's go with double barrel bonds. So if I issue a hospital or something like that, right? If I issue it to raise a hospital, I'll probably make it a double barrel bond, which just means it's a revenue bond first. And it does need voter approval because this is why, because it's ultimately backed by ad valorem property taxes. Okay. So if the hospital fails, which never fucking happens other than COVID, a couple of them almost did. Then they can actually take money. The town will kick in with property taxes to help keep it afloat until it starts making money again, because you can't let that shit fail. That would be a double barrel. Awesome, baby. FB. Okay. So now, the other one is called a moral obligation, which is more like for a stadium or something like that, where we don't or an airport, we don't really have to say yes. So moral obligation is yes. It's set up the two ways, set up with it's a revenue bond, and then they promise that if you're running out of money, that they will promise to at least bring it up. The legislator will promise to vote on it, not the people vote on it, whether they want to pay it out of the budget. That's it. So it's a moral obligation. They don't have to pay. Double barrel they do. Cade. Boom. I was waiting for this. I knew. Boom. Okay. Okay. Listen to me. Yes, I'm happy I helped. It's not me. Yeah, I think I'm good at this, right? I talk. I don't waste time. I don't have super 3-hour long videos like STC does and shit like that. I don't waste time on here other than on the live because I ramble. But you did the work, not me. I'm glad I'm happy to take a little credit, but you can say all the credit. If you don't do the work, you're failing. I don't care how much you watch my videos. If you don't do the work and practice and do the reading, you don't pass. So congratulations. I'm so fucking happy for you, Kate. I am. I was waiting. I knew you said you were taking it. And there's a couple of people, you, and then there was another person that said it. I'm a brain dead now. Okay. After an hour and a half almost. Okay. Gianni, we're going to get it, right? Take your time. As Rachel said, read every fucking word. Make sure you read every word of the question and every word of the answers. Do not jump on the first one that looks right. I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. Do not jump on the first one that looks right. It's going to be a problem. Okay? Promise me that you're going to do that. I need to see you promise me that you're going to do that, Gianni, because we're going to get this. Okay. Everyone, while I'm waiting for Johnny's answer to say he promised he's going to read every word and watch my 24 hours before my SIE quick and dirty, which is going to help him. We got this, guys. Be positive and be nice. Look, if you're in the process and you're still a month away, thank you. Help, Nancy. Watch my revenue and bond videos. I think they help. If you're taking the test in a month, do not start panicking because you're not getting it. It'll happen. I promise you. It comes. It's a process. It's a humbling process. It takes a while. Remember something. If it was easy, they wouldn't pay people so much. Keep that in mind. Okay. Gianni, I hope you're going to say this, that you promised to read their questions for me. I know there's a delay, so I'm hoping you're going to type it and go, I know that. But guys, let's do this. We got Tuesday night, we got Thursday night, we're coming up. I just put out an epic. I think that video is kind of cool. Thank you, Gianni. Everyone go check out. I did a little quick foreign currency video. Looks kind of cool. I actually went down to the port and recorded. It was under a minute, so it was a short. I went down to the port and did it there. It was loud. You heard all that shit. It was fun. A lot of fun. I thought it was good. My voice sounded fucked up, but whatever. Guys, everyone, my daughter's like, where were you? My other daughter thinks I was at a prison yard. Well, whatever. Not yet. Someday I'll end up being there. Okay, now everyone, be good. Go wash your hands. May the force be with you. And I will see you guys in 48 hours or so. Adios.